Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my monster-in-law gets mad because we visited my parents for 30 minutes. My dad told me I was a failure as a man and as a son because I told him I wanted to go to Hawaii on vacation. Starting to regret moving to this neighborhood. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My monster-in-law gets mad because we visited my parents for 30 minutes. I, a 23-year-old female, and my fiancé, 22-year-old male, are due to be married by the end of 2023. We have been together for 4 years. There have been many occasions where my MIL has chosen not to include me or go against what I have to say. She has bipolar and fiancé doesn't like his mom. He's the third oldest out of 4 boys. But besides the changing plans last minute for holidays, even though my parents communicated to her what their plans were weeks in advance, this incident makes me so angry. My fiancé and I went to my parents' house for breakfast on a Sunday because it had been a few months since me and my fiancé got to visit. We stayed for maybe 30 to 45 minutes at my parents' house and I had to get to work. My work let me go home early, so I went home to my fiancé and he said, "Wanna go out to dinner?" I said absolutely. We got in the car and as we were driving we got a call from Bill. "Where are you guys? Are you coming to dinner?" My fiancé said, "Op and I are heading to dinner now. Did you have something planned?" My Bill said, "Well yeah, family dinner is always on Sunday, mom's not gonna be happy." My fiancé then said, "You guys always have family dinners on Sunday when Op has to work. We keep asking if we can do them on Friday so she can be included, but mom's not budging. Op and I are going to dinner because she got off work early. If mom has a problem she can call me," and he hung up. Not even 5 seconds later my MIL calls him and screams, "What, so her family gets to see you and I don't? Do you know how that makes me feel?" My fiancé says, "Mom, we went to breakfast for 30 minutes. I haven't seen them in over a month. I see you at least 3 times a week. Don't yell at me or get mad because I'm spending time with Op's family. It wasn't a big deal. Because you are acting this way, I'm not coming over for a while. If you can't respect Op and I, then you need to re-evaluate yourself." It was silent for a minute, then she said in a pissed off sassy voice, "So I guess you're not coming to dinner then?" "Fine," and she hung up. My fiancé looked over at me and he said, "See, this is what I mean. She's a CT." I said I wished she liked me. My fiancé pulled into the restaurant and said, "I know you do, but I want you to know that no matter what she says to you, it doesn't matter. I love you. Don't listen to CT. He only calls his mom this, no one else." God, I love that man. Listen to him. He's told you she's not going to change. She's a CNT is a clue, and I hope you avoid her and let him deal with her. That's not the result of her bipolar. That sounds like a personality disorder on top of it. Either way, he's right. She doesn't matter. Him standing by your side does. Stop worrying about her liking you because it won't happen. Just let him deal with his mom. You focus on your family. Honestly, he'll be a lot happier in the long run if he goes no contact with her. I did with my mom, who was the same way, and my life is a lot more peaceful. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder many years ago, and I know she takes medication for it. Maybe I'm reading it incorrectly, but please don't villainize personality disorders. I have bipolar and I also have borderline. Even unmedicated, this is not how I am, nor is it even close. This is someone who is a control freak and isn't getting what she wants. Personality disorders don't make someone bad. What a solid see you next Tuesday. Your so is right. Pay attention and don't waste any of your thought cycles on this lady. If you have the means, this may be an opportunity to try and host your own family dinners with his family, excluding his mother and father, on Fridays. Might be more appealing since everyone is much younger and can be phrased as something actually enjoyable, more like a mini party, because I can tell even your husband doesn't enjoy being around her and only deals with her because family. Even just a once a month thing would probably be good too. If you go to just no MIL, you are going to realize you have the best situation. Well, the best situation with a nightmare MIL. Your fiancé stands up for you. There are so many whose partners just say things like, "That's just how she is," and continue to let their mothers be horrible to their partner. If you have a partner with an iron spine, you won't have a MIL problem. Why do you want to have dinner with her at all, let alone give up all your Friday evenings? She sounds awful. Drop the rope, don't tell her your social plans that don't concern her, let your BF handle her. Choose peace. I mean, do you really want the person he despises to like you? The fact that my momster dislikes my partner is the best character recommendation I can think of. You both realize that you have a keeper. Fabulous. Hold on to each other and never let go. A son who is willing to go to bat for his spouse over his mom is rare indeed. May you have a wonderful wedding and a marriage full of love and respect. My dad told me I was a failure as a man and as a son because I told him I wanted to go to Hawaii on vacation. So back in October, I got a new job, and when I got the job offer, I asked them what the latest possible start date was so that I may travel. They gave me a month, so I decided that I'll solo travel to Hawaii as I've always wanted to go my entire life. Well, when I told my dad I wanted to go, he immediately asked me when I was going to grow up and stop acting like a child. That traveling is a dream only children have. He then told me I'm a failure as a man and a son because I wasn't married at 25 and haven't bought my parents a house. Mind you, my relationship with him is significantly better than it is with my mom, lol. By the way, still went. I want my children to have it better than I did. No, not like that. Father of the Year wants OP to be successful enough so he doesn't have to work anymore. Misery loves company. I'm convinced that's why peer pressure exists to have children. Yeah, should have sent him a postcard and then go no contact. Dude just resents his poor life choices and wants you to join in. You do not owe your parents a house. Did he buy his parents a house? Can't your dad buy his own house? I don't understand this mentality. Where are you that he thinks it's normal for a kid to buy the parents a house? I guess have to tell my daughter she owes me a house in the future. Traveling is a dream only children have. Somebody better tell that to my aunt and uncle. They go through about a passport a year due to all the stamps that they have from traveling all over the world. They have the money to do it, so why not? Things break, get old, or fade away. You can't take away experiences. Starting to regret moving to this neighborhood. So this is my wife's story. My wife has been a stay-at-home mom since the birth of my son 5.5 years ago. Recently she has been feeling a bit off, as she wants to be contributing to our income, but hasn't been able to make anything work with caring for the kids during the day. Our neighborhood has a community pool, and while she was teaching our son to swim about a month ago, one of her friends mentioned that with all the kids in our neighborhood, she could probably offer lessons and get quite a few people to sign up. She worked as a lifeguard in high school, and had given lessons to children for a couple of years and knew she could do it. She made a post on the community Facebook page and ended up getting about 20 kids signed up for lessons, both group and private, before having the HOA reach out saying that swim lessons cannot happen as they would not be covered by the current insurance. This is a long story in its own right. So my wife reached out to everyone who signed up to LWT them know that lessons have to be at the very least delayed, but most likely permanently cancelled. In addition, she removed her advertisement and posted about how lessons were indefinitely suspended until the issues with the HOA are finalized. On Saturday, she took my son to the pool to continue his lesson. Shortly after they started, a mom showed up with her 3-year-old, saw my wife teaching my son, and having seen the original post offering lessons, told her son to join my wife in the pool and get a lesson. So my wife had a little kid walking down the steps towards her, which she thought nothing of until he went to take a step down, which would have put his dead underwater. She stopped him and asked him where his parents were, and he pointed to his mom, who was getting set up on one of the reclined poolside chairs. My wife went up to her with her son, and let her know that he just tried to walk right into the pool all on his own, and asked if she knew her son was going in alone. "Oh, that's fine, he is here for his lesson." This shocked my wife, and she told the mom that all lessons had been cancelled, and that she did not recognize the mom as one of the parents who signed her kid up for lessons. "Oh, well, I can just pay you later, I want him signed up now." So again, my wife explained that the HOA had made it clear that no lessons could take place, and that we had been threatened with legal action if my wife offered the lessons. "Well, you are only teaching one now," pointing at my son, "so you can help my son too. The HOA won't find out." So my wife explained that she was just teaching our son, and we were not going to risk the HOA coming after us to teach her son. "It's not that big a deal, he can just watch and learn." It became pretty clear that she was not going to take no for an answer, so my wife decided to leave and come back later. As she was leaving, the mom yelled out, "I can't believe you will give lessons to a white boy but not my son." This got quite a few looks, which actually turned out really well for us, as my wife informed the HOA of what happened in case the woman decided to tell the HOA that my wife was moving forward with lessons after being told not to. The woman did reach out, and we gave names of a couple of the other families who were at the pool at the time who corroborated my wife's story. We have now had 2 pretty shitty interactions with community members in the last couple of months. Hopefully this does not become a trend. Certified yikes. Glad your wife had the idea and informed the HOA on her side of the story. That could have been a disaster. CYA is always the name of the game. Good luck to the boy learning to swim. I remember being tossed into the deep end. Dad says he was close by and monitoring my splashing safely, but who's to say lol. And boy did I learn how to float. NTA. But on to the legal issues. You can't conduct commercial business in a private area which the HOA has the insurance for. The business must have insurance for themselves that indemnifies the HOA. Probably at least $1 million override on the policy. Oh, and yeah, pools with small children that can't swim. The HOA won't touch that with a 100-foot pole. Because by giving permission, they open themselves to liability. Your wife would need an LLC to operate as a business to protect your assets. Because hey, all you need is a kid to slip and say break a nose. We're not even talking drowning. Hello, big ass lawsuit. This entitled mom would be the first to sue if anything happened to her kid. Maybe wife can inquire if she can be a teacher there to promote safety at the pool. They might be able to add to the insurance for a portion of her lessons. We are working on this. HOA is currently being run by a management company until 95% of units in our development are sold, and they are definitely not trying to help us out. We are trying to find what the change to insurance would be, and have 46 out of 106 sold units ready to voice their support. I personally would never live in a place with an HOA. That was your first and biggest mistake. A lot of newer developments require HOAs now. It's awful and just sad. Entitled mom was totally in the wrong. However, you and your wife were acting like idiots. You should have gotten permission and insurance before advertising these lessons, and I'm pretty sure if you had researched it, you never would have tried. Goodness. What a great mom. Not even checking on the safety of her child, who can't swim, while he's entering the pool. Amazing parenting skills. I'm so sorry that your wife and family are having to deal with idiots in your neighborhood. As an aside, if your wife is interested in offering swimming lessons, and you live in the US, you might check out an app called Swimply. It's the Airbnb of swimming pools, and if there is one in your area, your wife can rent the pool to offer son lessons. Maybe find a short assume your own risk type contract online for each parent to sign that says they will accompany their child, etc., and add in the cost of the pool rental to the class price. She might be able to make great money over the summer. This is what you get in an HOA. This is why I will never live with one. We need a leopard's ate my face HOA thread. Paper trail. Record any incidents you can, write down anything you can't record, CYA. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.